Hello everyone, good morning all. So welcome back to my channel. Today we will solve another Fang SQL question asked in product based company. So we have given a table of candidates and their skills. You are tasked with finding the candidates best suit for an open data science job, and you want to find candidates who are proficient in Python, Tableau and PostgreSQL. So we have to identify the student who is proficient in at least minimum of these three skills compulsory, right? All these three skills. Now write a query to list the candidates who possesses all the required skills for the job. Sort the output by candidate ID in ascending order. So now we have given this table, candidates table, and in which only two columns are there, right? Candidate ID and skills columns are there. I have already created the table. Now let me take this data into the Excel file. Now let's see what should be our answer, right? So our requirement is Python, Tableau and PostgreSQL. Minimum these three skills should be there, right? So one answer is this one. 10 C4 234 has R is there, right? But not Python is not there, the Tableau is not there. So that should be not our answer. Again, this one has only two skills are there. That should be not our answer. Now this one has four skills, but all our required skills are there, right? Python, Tableau and PostgreSQL. So it will be our answer again. And now this one has only one skill, this one has only one skill. So our answer should be 1, 2, 3 and 1, 4, 7, right? Now how can we find this in SQL? So let me show you. The one way is we need to identify the candidate. One minute. Select star from candidates where candidate ID comma count of distinct skill should be where skill in. Now this distinct skill should be Python, Tableau and PostgreSQL, right? So we need to write over here Python, then we need to write Tableau and PostgreSQL, right? So minimum these three skills should be there. Now let me check. Okay, we need to mention the group by clause. Group by candidate ID because we have used the count function, right? Aggregate, that is the aggregate function, right? So now if you see over here 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 7. These two are there which has all these three skills. So now over here we need to mention, we can mention either city or we can say that derived table, right? So now let me take where sk equal to 3 because all these three skills are required, right? Now let me check. Okay, 1, 2, 3 and 1, 4, 7 are there, right? Now our requirement is it only we need to find the candidate ID. So I have taken the candidate ID and they should also be in ascending order. So 1, 2, 3 will come first and 1, 4, 7 will come later, right? So let me check. Okay, perfect. So this is how we can solve the any query asked in an interview, right? Firstly, we need to prepare our result set or data into the Excel file, and then from that Excel file we will try to generate our answer, right? So thank you everyone. let me continue with the next question. Intuit provides a range of text filling products, including TurboBox and QuickBooks, available in various versions. Write a query to determine the total number of text filling made using TurboBox and QuickBooks, right? Now each user can file taxes once a year using only one product. So now we have this table is provided file taxes, and I have already inserted the data into the same. Now some users are doing the paying the tax using TurboBox and some are paying using QuickBooks. So we need to identify the users who are paying with TurboBox and users who are paying with QuickBooks. So in this particular case, first of all, we need to find right how many users are there. So let me copy this one and let me just where close over here, product like TurboBox, and let me take the count over here. So let me check. Okay, it is giving zero count. Let me do something over here. Lower of product. Sorry, turbo tax is there, right? Now let me take. Okay, it is 17, right? Now again we need to identify with QuickBooks, right? QuickBooks. So let me copy this one, and let me take it should give 4, right? Now I need to both of these results said I need in two different columns. How can we do this? Because here we have two different results sets in two different tables, right? But I need in two different columns. So for that I can write multiple city over here. So this will be our city and this will be our city 2 as, and then we can do simply this and then select star from city comma city 2, right? Now let me try to execute this one. Okay, so over here we need to give count as a alias, right? Column name. So as city turbo we can give, and over here we can give as city quick. Now let me execute both of this query. Sorry. So this should be our answer, right? 17 and 4. So this is how you can use the multiple city in this particular kind of scenario, right? So thank you again. We will meet again in the next question. So yeah. So assume you are given a table containing its a user transactions. Write a query that retrieves the customers whose first transaction was valued at $50 or more. Output the total number of users who meet this criteria. Now to determine the first transactions for each user, use the transaction date field and take into account scenario where a user had multiple transactions on the same day. Use a specific function to handle these cases and correctly identify the first transaction. So now here they have given us this table, right? Trans it is a user underscore transactions table. Let me try whether this table is there or not. Select star from user underscore transactions. Okay. So data is there, right? Now we need to identify from this, we need to identify the users. Let me do order by user ID and transaction date. Okay, so here we need to identify those users whose first transaction should be greater than $50, right? So let me take which should be there. 156 should be there, right? Then 170, 180 should be there, and 286, 268 will should be there, right? So we can say that three different users are there, right? Perfect. Three different users are there. Let me show you how. So let me again run this query. Let me take this data into the Excel file. So this is the best way to understand any problem. Now let me show you. So this is the 111 first transaction, right? But it is not more than $50, right? So this one will not come. Then this one. Again, this one will not come. Now let's check for this one. So this will definitely come, right? Because it is more than $50. Then check for this one. This one will not come. Then this one will definitely come. And this one will also come, right? So how many total distinct user IDs are there? 156 should be green. 156, 180, and then 268. It means 3, right? Total. Perfect. Now how can we solve this in SQL? So over here, let me write this query again. Okay. Now what are the different columns are there? User ID, right? So let me write user ID. Then we need to check row number over partition by user ID order by transaction date. Let me do the transaction date as RK. Now where spend, we need to check spend, right? Spend should be greater than $50, right? So let me write 50 over here. So let me execute this query. Okay. Okay. So it should be greater than 50, right? Now we need to check over here RK equal to 1 only we need to check, right? 1. So where it is 1. Now let me check that one. So and also let me take other fields also over here. User ID. Then transaction date. Transaction ID. Transaction date. What are the other fields are there? And spend also let me take spend. Now let me encapsulate this block into the city with city as select star from city. Now let me check and where 1, where RK equal to 1, right? Now let me take. So now let's see the result set. These are the result set, right? Now our requirement is we need to find more than $50 transaction, right? So and we can say that and spend greater than $50, right? Let me take the result. Okay. So total three users are there, right? Now over here we need to do simply count of user ID as users. Now let me check the result set. 3, right? Perfect. So this should be our result. Total three different users who has done the first transaction greater than $50, we can say that, right? So thank you so much, everyone. I will come up again with a few more questions in my next video. Thank you.